Hey everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to take a deep dive look into some of the changes that came into Helldivers in the major patch update yesterday, right? So the theme of the major patch update was weapon customizations and the new Illuminati archetypes, right? So in terms of weapon customizations, so far they've already done customizations just for a primary, not for your secondary or throwables. No customizations there. As far as the primary goes, what you can customize is optics in a lot of weapons, underbarrel attachments, muzzle attachments, and magazine attachments, right? So you can put different reflex sights, different foregrips, a flashlight if you want to, different muzzles, flash hider, muzzle breaker compensators, right? And different magazine attachments, whether you want a short magazine, a drum magazine, different things like that. And there's a recoil sim that shows, depending on what your loadout is, to show the recoil of the weapon, so you can get an idea of what you're dealing with, right? In addition to that, you get access to patterns now, right? You can put different weapon schemes. So how you unlock this is each rifle, each primary weapon comes with its own level, right? Up to 25. As you use the weapon, its level will go up, and as it levels up, as the weapon levels up, you unlock all these attachments, which you can spend renown points on to purchase and equip it. In addition to that, your weapon will have three different configurations, basically loadouts, right? So the weapon gets a loadout, so you can have different loadouts for the weapon, and yeah. What I would expect is this loadout system to come for the Helldiver itself, not for weapons, so that you could equip different stratagems quickly, different support stratagems, different weapons, stuff like that, right? So I would expect that loadout system to come for Helldivers, to be Helldiver specific, right, rather than to be weapon specific, because that would be a really good update. In addition to that, like, since now we get all these kind of different customizations for weapons, to test it out, we still do not have a gun range in the ship, right? We would heavily benefit from having a gun range, so that we can test all these loadout options before we dive into a mission, right? A lot of these times, like, some of these loadout options did not work out, and mid mission, right, I realize it, and I really need to finish the mission quickly, go back, change something, and then test it out again, once again in a mission, right? So far these changes are really nice. However, it's not what we were expecting. What's like customizations, we were not expecting, like, they didn't give us the full extent of customizations as far as it goes. So for example, like underbarrel loadouts, it all has to do with the stability of the weapon, right? With different foregrips and things like that. And as far as utility goes, there's only like the flashlight, which you can include just to see in some dark areas of the maps, and things like that. But what I was expecting was kind of like underbarrel grenade launchers or things like that, to give assault rifles a bit more utility, right? But that is not the case. Maybe they do have plans for that going forward, or maybe that is not the case, because given the Helldivers, how they've given how Arrowhead Studios have done things so far, different weapons with different functionalities, which is of the same make and model, usually come as a whole new weapon in different war bonds, right? That's how they've done it, right? Maybe like a flame variant, maybe one with a grenade launcher. That's how they tend to play it out, right? For example, like, if you take the crossbow, like the exploding crossbow, um, the only customization it has is different optics, right? I was expecting you could change the crossbow bolt type to poison, flaming, or whatever, do some different variations to get different damage outputs and things like that, but that is not the case. So yeah, that's as far as customization goes. Second notable change is that the ultimatum has been heavily nerfed. Its damage has been increased. However, its detonation, its explosiveness damage has been nerfed to the point where it cannot destroy certain structures, such as the stratagem jammer that we know to find annoying in bot missions, right? The stratagem jammers, it's very difficult to get to because you can't use any stratagems around it. And then before, we could just one shot it with the ultimatum and be done with it without having to without having to trying to push into the jammer base. But now that is sadly not the case. They've nerfed it, so we need to use something like a portable hell bomb, or push right into the console and do it that way. So just know this, that the ultimatum has been nerfed in that regard. moving on. So the next notable changes are the new Illuminati enemy types, right? So the first enemy type, as you're going to see here in this clip of my in this clip of my in this clip of my stream yesterday. So this is the new flesh mob, right? It's basically a mini charger, as you guys know from bugs. It is a damage sponge. It is meant to soak up bullets, right? And these things will just charge at you randomly without stopping. They cannot be staggered, right? Even with the arc thrower, we tried it, nothing, right? And they will soak up magazine after magazine after magazine. However, they are not as durable as charges, right? They do take damage from regular bullets. It's not that they deflect it, but they will consume. So it's easy to take them out, maybe with a wasp, right? Heavy rocket launcher or something. With a heavy machine gun, regular machine guns, they will be quickly taken care of. Shotguns will take like about 12 rounds, I think, roughly. Something like the Liberator, Penetrator, it took me maybe like 3 magazines, 3.5 magazines to quickly take out one, but it's easier to take them out with the Wasp, right? Just as you can see here, aim and yeah, just 2-3 explosive, 3-4 explosives is enough to take out one. So those are the flesh mobs, right? Basically mini chargers. So that's what you need to watch out for. And as you can see early on here, I was using the flashlight attachment, and the flashlight kind of like works a little bit against you because when you shoot, and depending on what muscle break you have, it kicks up a lot of dust or smoke, and your flashlight kind of like impedes your vision here. So this is another neat thing to make note of, because like as you can see here, I can't see where I'm aiming now. Look at that. So because of that, I stopped using the flashlight because it was really working against me at this point. You can use it in third person, but aiming down your sights became impossible because it just impedes your vision completely. So those are the flesh mobs, and a little bit side note on the flashlight. Next is the new aerial craft of the Illuminati, the Interloper. Now these things are super annoying, right? They perform the same function as the gunships and the shriekers do for bots and bugs, but these guys come out of nowhere. Carpet bomb, as you can see, they highlight blue. The area where they're going to carpet bomb is highlighted blue, and just make sure you dodge out of that area. These things are very fragile. They're not as sturdy as gunships or shriekers. They can easily be taken. I mean, shriekers, they're a lot more sturdy than shriekers, but they can be easily taken down by a wasp. Heavy machine guns, they can be shot down, no issues. Even with the regular rifle, which will take more ammo, but yeah, they can be easily shot down as long as you stay out of their path, because they fly around and they don't spawn as much as often. Good, really, that's a good thing. So they kind of like the arc they do is they come, they do a little bit of hovering, and then quickly just hover over while carpet bombing the area. Not carpet bombing is the wrong term, more like they do a strafing run, right? So you just need to wait for them to just come down a little bit, and then shoot them as they do their strafing run. However, like if you have a wasp or something like the spear, which can lock onto, you can lock them on while they're in the sky, and then as they land to do the hover, you can just quickly take a shot at them. As you can see, just a few shots from the heavy machine gun and it gets taken out. It's not too big of a deal to take them out, but they can be really annoying, especially in a very tight situation. Just come out of nowhere and just instantly kill you. So you just need to watch out for those as well. And finally, the last new enemy type for the Illuminati, which is the Mortar Overseer. I'm not really sure of their actual name, but these are new Overseers. As you guys know, in the Illuminati, you have the regular, we had two different Overseers until now, which was the flying ones and the ones with the Lancers, and now we have ones with mortars, right? These guys are, well, they're not that strong, but they do pack quite a punch, and they are really annoying to deal with. You're going to see one right here. That's the one, right? So what these guys do is they hide behind a building, take cover or something, and they just launch mortar after mortar relentlessly at you, and they basically hammer your position in, right? These guys are not. These guys can be taken down quickly, right? They don't take that many shots. They stay in one place. They don't run around or anything. They don't try and melee you. They are less bulkier than the regular Overseers, but as you can see these mortar shots coming in. They just relentlessly from behind cover just keep hammering in your position. They just keep suppressing you with all this mortar fire. You can't exactly stay still when these guys are around, so they are really annoying, and you really need to like quickly throw in some heavy ordnance in the area, quickly take them out before they kind of like annoy you. They kind of like make things too difficult for you. So basically, all the new enemy archetypes for the Illuminati, the flesh mobs, the interloper, and the mortar overseers, they provide a certain level of difficulty, right? They make the Illuminati certainly a lot more harder, right? But they are definitely manageable, right? You just need to find out workarounds that. So as far as stratagems goes, I would say bring in suppressive stratagems, some stuff like the machine gun turrets, which have low cooldown, but you can keep placing them to kind of like suppress the mobs, right? Mob after mob after mob, because these guys just add on, just keep piling onto each other, right? So the strafing run eagle and the orbital Gatling barrage, right? These are low cooldown stratagems with high suppressive capabilities, which will just help you just keep the enemy waves in check, right? Because like I tried using heavy ordnance type ones, like orbital barrages, eagle 500 kg eagles, rocket pods and things like that, but just because of the heavy like they take out quite a bunch in a go, but just because of the massive cooldown on these stratagems, the mobs just make it impossible to work with, right? So because of that, just go for low cooldown, heavy suppressive Gatling stratagems, which kind of like do the deed. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the update. Kind of like quick overview of the update. So yeah, I hope you guys have fun with the new update, and yeah, let me know what you guys think about it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next live stream video. Till next time, then. Bye.